Would you pay a small monthly membership fee to keep a venue alive? That question is popping up in Australia right now because of this excellent piece in The Guardian Australia by Jack Tregenning. God, I'm probably not saying his name right. I did reach out to him, but I haven't heard back yet. Anyway, Jack reported on small venues trying to rebuild the live music business model. So he spoke to Jim from Lazy Thinking in Sydney. They're a non-profit venue that's been losing about $1,000 a week. Lazy Thinking recently launched a membership model. There's one for $15 a month and there's one for $30 a month. Basically, Jim said people drinking less is one of the reasons they needed this model, which is so messed up because it exposes something that the live industry has relied on for a very long time. In a lot of grassroots venues, the old model is basically artists get the door sales, the venue survives on the bar. So the ticket money goes mostly to the artists, which is good, but the building, the staff, the rent, the insurance, the sound system, like the toilets, all the boring, expensive bits that keep the room alive are often paid for by alcohol sales, which worked when a night out automatically meant people buying multiple drinks. But venues can't rely on that anymore. I looked into this and drinking is down across a lot of major markets. Let me read these stats to you. So in the US, among 18 to 34-year-olds, the drinking rate fell from 59% in 2023 to 50% in 2005. In Europe, data shows repeated drunkenness among 15-year-olds has fallen since 2002, from 39% to 23% for boys and from 30% to 23% for girls. And in Australia, data has shown young people aged 14 to 24 drinking at lifetime risky levels, almost halved between 2001 and 2019. Anyone would look at this data and think, a healthier audience is an amazing thing. Anyone would think public health messaging around alcohol has shifted to a really positive space. But people drinking less is not the issue. The issue is that we built part of the live economy around the idea that audiences would drink enough to subsidize the room, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it, because if a venue can sell out a room and still not survive unless the crowd buys enough beer, then we clearly have a broken funding model. Also, don't even get me started on the detrimental effects of alcohol being tied to music and artists in general. Like, there's so much research around musicians' well-being and the financial pressures and touring pressures and the risk of substance abuse. So when alcohol is built into the business model, it shapes the culture that artists have to work inside. So we've got this live ecosystem that's built around alcohol sales. So basically we have a very fragile business model that keeps musicians working inside a culture that honestly has not been very good for them. That's why these memberships are interesting, and I really encourage you to go and visit The Guardian and read Jack's excellent piece. Not because a $15 a month membership magically fixes live music, but because it points to the real question: what replaces the bar tab? I don't think the answer is one thing. Some of it might be membership, some of it might be community ownership, some of it is probably better public funding, better rent, insurance, and yeah, better non-alcoholic options so that venues aren't punished when people make healthier choices. There is also a gig discovery issue. If people don't know what's on, they can't show up. But the direction has to change, because the future of live music can't be please buy another pint or say goodbye to the venue. And it also can't be subscribe to every struggling venue and hope that that fixes this structural problem that we have. If these rooms matter culturally, and I think they do, then we need to fund them like culture. I'm Poppy Reid, and if you like your music stories explained simply, hit follow for more.